there was a phone call, and we hung up, and then like 20 minutes later, he called me back, and so I answered the phone, and I overhear him talking to somebody, and I realize it's a butt dial.
Oh, okay.
Right. And so he's talking to somebody, and he's, for a lack of better terms, very encouraging. He was saying things like, "That's it, baby. Just like that, baby. Oh, yeah, baby. Just like that. Yes, yes."
This is a butt dial to you?
I'm hoping it was a butt dial, and not him like intentionally wanting me to hear him say things to another woman. So I hung up because I don't know what to do with that. I was very upset because clearly he's not a good guy and he's a player. And fine, like, move on to the next one. Leave me alone.
So
awkward.
So you never told him that you heard that?
No! I want to deal with him. That's icky. Who?
I mean, yeah.
Must be something he does all the time.
Oh.
So
Okay.
he just, I guess this is what he does. He, like, spends the night, and we had a great, I think he's just a player and a user, and gross. Like, no thanks.
And this was like right after he left, pretty much?
This was so the next morning he called me,
Okay.
and we talked, and it was fine, and then 20 minutes later, you were, like, pumping or doing things with another woman, and then
Yeah.
you call me? Like, are you out of your mind?
I can understand why you're ghosting him then.
Sure.
Yep.
Because normally that's
Yeah,
not like
no
a hot
thanks.
move, you know?
No, that doesn't make me want you more. No, I get that.
Well, thank you for telling us that, Becca. Also, Mac is on the phone and wants to talk to you.
Oh. Hi, Mac.
Hey, I cannot believe.
This is gross. You can't believe. This is gross. You spent the night at my house. We had a great date. I thought you had potential. And then you butt dial me, or intentionally, who knows, while you're doing who knows what, with who knows who. Like, is this a normal standard for you? It's gross.
Can I talk to you
It's
for 1 second?
gross. I don't know what you could possibly say to me. Go ahead.
I have a puppy, and she's been sick.
What?
And she hasn't been able to eat. And she's a little Maltese puppy named Baby.
Oh.
And she was finally starting to eat, and I was encouraging her. I'm like, come on, baby. There you go, baby. Good job.
Are you serious?
Interesting.
I'm going to text you a picture of Baby right now. Here you go.
Are you serious?
Yes, I have a puppy. I have a Maltese. Her name is Baby. Her name is Baby.
Becca, does that sound
Believable?
based on what you heard?
I need to see this photo.
I just texted you a picture.
So funny. I'm sorry.
I don't know. Jubal, can you see yourself doing that to Mr. Peeves, your dog? Yes, baby. Go, baby.
Yeah.
Just like that.
I mean, I
baby.
guess I would cheer him on if he was sick and he was finally eating. I would be cheering him on. I
Yeah,
just don't
yeah.
know how I would say it.
I think it just sounds a little more interesting because the dog is named Baby.
Right.
I do remember him saying, "Get in there, baby," but I don't know.
Like, get in the food?
Yeah, I was just really happy that she was eating. I was just trying to cheer her on. She hadn't eaten for like 2 days, so I was really happy that she was finally eating.
I mean, if this is true, that's actually really
It's
cute.
hilarious. Yeah.
Aw. Okay, I can confirm there is a very cute dog that has a name tag that says "Baby."
Okay. Well, that's awkward, but that sounds like that's really what was going on.
I am so embarrassed. I am so sorry.
I mean, in your defense, Becca, I mean, how would anybody take that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't sound good, but now, yeah, okay.
Well,
I'm so sorry.
Becca, would you like to go on another date with Mac? We'll pay for it, and you can meet Baby.
Yeah, okay. Yes, I would. Is he open to that? So sorry.
Yeah, of course. That's why I was wondering what happened. Like, this was a huge misunderstanding, so I'm glad we got it cleared up. Like, I obviously would love to see you again. I don't have a girlfriend. I'm not a player. You do have to share me with Baby, though.
That's fair.
Jubal's first date follow-up.
Right in the middle of the first date follow-up, if you're just joining us, Teddy is on the phone and he's getting ghosted by Maya, so we're about to call her, see if she'll tell us why she's ghosting him and maybe get him another date. But first, Teddy, why don't you refresh everybody's memory on your date with Maya?
Yeah, no, we met online. We talked for a while. We went on a really nice date at dinner. and talked for a while. And I thought everything was going great. And I haven't been able to get in touch with her since.
You ready for us to call her?
Please, yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Hello?
Hi, may I speak to Maya, please?
This is she.
Hey, Maya, how are you? My name is Jubal, and this is a radio show. It's called The Jubal Show.
Hi, Maya. The whole show's here. My name's Nina.
Hi, and I'm Victoria.
Hi. This is cool.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Thank you for asking. Well, we're calling you today because we do a segment on the show. It's called the First Date Follow-Up. What that is if you go out on a date with somebody and then you ghost them, that person can email us to call you and ask why you're ghosting them.
Okay. That makes me nervous.
Are you ghosting somebody?
I guess, like, kinda. I feel like I know who this is maybe about.
Take a guess.
Teddy?
You're correct. Congratulations, you got it right. You don't get any prize for that, but yes, it's Teddy. Would you mind telling us why you're ghosting him?
Well, so I met him online, and I had when I was online and I was like going through the app or whatever, a friend of mine was with me, a girlfriend, and she noticed him actually, and she was like, I know exactly who that is, and she was telling me all about him. She like mentioned that he was kind of a tool, and that like, I don't know, like dating him is kind of, this is so bad, dating him is kind of like getting a loan at a bank. And so for some weird reason, that really made that I was kind of intrigued, and I was like, I want to see if this guy is really like that. Maybe he's totally not, and it'll be great. So we ended up going on the date, and I just like the whole time he was complaining about things and like making kind of a fuss about things. Like we were sitting outside and the sun was like on our table, and he like made us move, and I didn't really mind, I didn't really like totally care. And it was like super busy in the restaurant too, so it was like, this was kind of like uncomfortable. And then when we started talking, he only asked me about my career and like how my lifestyle is and stuff like that. And I just felt like, I was like, don't you actually want to get to know me? Like it kind of felt like he had already like made up his mind. Like he's like, I could date her, and let me just see how it fits into my lifestyle. Like, what exactly is she like? I just felt like I had like no say in it, and I was like, okay, this was kind of strange.
Don't we want somebody that wants to date us?
No, of course. I think it was just that he didn't really ask me about any of my hobbies. He didn't ask me about like anything that I like. He was just like, what's your job? Like, do you make enough money to like support yourself? Like, what do you like, you know what I mean? Like, it was very like, I just felt like I was in a job interview or something.
Yeah. Those are kind of weird questions, especially on a first date. There's ways to get those answers without asking that question point blank, too, by the way. If you'd like to learn, hit me up at Nina on the air. But,
Well, guess what, Maya?
What?
It's not as easy as you think, because Teddy's actually on the phone and he's been listening this whole time and wants to talk to you.
Oh, no. Oh.
I don't really know how much I want to have this conversation now. That's super messed up, you know, that you and your friends are making fun of me. And that's really what's wrong with these apps. Instead of trying to like get to know someone or share a you know, like anything proper, it's just let me go see what this person's like really about within the, you know, with an agenda that you don't even like articulate, you know?
It wasn't a bet or anything. I was just genuinely curious.
You're genuinely curious, and you could have just asked that before we went out. All of the questions that you were saying that we were talking about, you could have asked me about me before we went out. You could have actually just said, hey, I spoke to my friend, do you know whoever your friend was, and we could have had this conversation and just avoided all that whole thing. It's a little on the ridiculous side, you know? And that's a problem.
Don't you think that you would have just acted probably like a different way, and then I would have not actually known who the real you is? Like, I just think that that's a silly thing. I went on the date, I like tried to get to know you a little bit, and you did not care about anything I had to say. You just cared about like the way I like was in my life, like how I fit into your life, and I just think that that's a silly reason.
I don't know about other people online. I'm definitely me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So if you would have asked me, we could have avoided that. All you had to do was ask me about my experience with your friend, and if I could have remembered your friend, I would have told you exactly what I felt. But when I meet with somebody, when I meet anyone, I'm very straightforward about what's important to me. And I think that what we talked about was really cool, and I thought we had a cool vibe. Now I don't know how deep it was. How much of that was you being you.
I mean, it was all me. I just expected. I could have actually been a little bit more fun and stuff, but you didn't ask me anything about me as a person, so you got what you asked for. You asked me. It felt like I was in a job interview. Like, I just don't get it.
Well, when you say job interview, if you're gonna meet someone and you want to know if you're compatible, you would ask questions. And for me, I'm a person who does a lot of. I'm very serious about work and goals and meeting my goals. So I just wanted to make sure that I was on the same page with somebody who had goals. Do you even have any type of goals, or was that all just stuff that you were saying?
Of course I have goals. It's like a silly thing to say. You know what? I just expected you to give a little bit more of a crap about who I am as a person, and all those other things that you're asking of me would have came naturally. They would have come out. You could have just been a little bit more I don't know, suave about it or something, because it did not go well. But tell me one thing that I said about myself on the date. Tell me, because if it was good, then you should know this, right?
Yeah, but that's not the point. All right, now,
Hey, Maya, would you like another date with Teddy? We'll pay for it.
No, thank you. I'm sorry.
I don't want to go out with you again. I get it. Just have fun on your apps. Maybe you can meet somebody that you're not going to be playing games with from the beginning.
Okay, Teddy, will you have fun playing games with yourself?
Jubal's first date follow-up.
Caleb is on the phone and he's getting ghosted by McKenna. So in a second, we're going to call her and see if she'll tell us why she's ghosting him and maybe get him another date. But first, Caleb, why don't you refresh our memory on your date with McKenna?
Yeah, so McKenna and I had a great date. This was the second time I had reached out to her years ago. Timing wasn't right, but yeah, I thought we really hit it off on this last date, and she wound up coming to stay in the night. Everything seemed cool. We had plans to move forward, and then it's been a week now, and I cannot get in touch with her. So I don't know. My ex-girlfriend had left some stuff at the house, like deodorant. I don't know, something. Maybe that had something to do with it. She saw that and got some ideas, but I'm racking my brain just trying to figure out, because we had a great time. Chemistry was there. Just haven't heard from her.
All right. Are you ready for us to call her?
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go.
Hello.
Hi, may I speak to McKenna, please?
This is McKenna.
McKenna, how are you? This is Jubal. I'm calling from a radio show. It's called The Jubal Show.
Hi, McKenna. I'm Nina, also on the show.
Hi, and I'm Victoria.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good.
Have you ever listened to the show before?
Yes, I've listened to it, so I'm just curious what's going on.
Okay. Well, we do a segment called the First Date Follow-Up. That's where if you go out with somebody on a date and you ghost them, they can email us to get you on the phone and ask you why you're ghosting them.
Oh, yeah.
Do you have any idea who would ask us to call you?
I have some thoughts, but I don't know what's going on.
His name is Caleb.
Was that your thought?
Yeah.
Caleb emailed us, told us about your date, said he had a great time, and he's wondering why you're not calling him back.
I mean, we did have a great time, and, I had liked him before when we met at a work party years before, and so I was excited to hear from him. And we went to a bunch of bars, and I had a little too much to drink, and he was really kind enough and took care of me, and I had a great time. And, you want to kind of follow up what people have done or been up to, and so I just happened to have seen his IG like the night before we went out, and then afterwards I just wanted to see if there was anything on there, and I noticed that he had followed a bunch of people, and so when I looked to see it, he randomly followed like 10 bikini models, and I showed it to my girlfriend, and she said, that's like a red flag. And so I'm just really not about that vibe. If that's what he wants, then that's fine. I don't need to, get involved with someone who's about that.
Wait, are you stalking me?
That's Caleb.
What?
Caleb is actually on the phone listening and wants to talk to you.
Wait, you're on my Instagram looking at who I'm following? What is that about?
I haven't seen you in 6 years, and you pop into my DMs, and of course I'm gonna look at your IG. It's normal. And,
Well, so is following people on Instagram. What? I don't understand.
All bikini models, like, that after you spent time with me and we had a good time, and your go-to is to go follow bikini models.
No, all that is eye candy. It doesn't even mean anything. It's just, it's what guys do.
After spending time with me, you're correct. A typical guy. So that's what I don't want, is a typical guy who's gonna follow bikini models after spending time with me.
Okay, well, I probably don't need somebody policing what I can look at and interact with. I thought we had a great time together.
It happened right after the date. I thought you were adorable, and then I just noticed, and it's what people do when you haven't seen each other for 6 years, is to see, and you're the one that DM'd me on your account, so of course I'm gonna look at your IG.
Why are you following bikini models?
Well, in my defense, after our date, I went and hung out with my buddies, and Nick was there. I told you about Nick. We were all watching some of the older Olympic, videos and stuff, and that got us looking on Instagram, and one of my friends grabbed my phone and clicked a bunch of them. I didn't realize I was following them anyway, but if I follow them, that shouldn't be a problem. It's just what guys do.
Your guy friend followed 15 bikini models all at the same time. He just happened to go through that. All at the same time.
Well, I mean, he added some, and then we were going through. I added some. It didn't matter. It was just stupid. We were just looking at girls. I was honestly so excited about the date. That's how it all started. As I was talking about you, and I showed them a photo, and that's where they took it.
And followed that.
McKenna, what is it about these bikini models that's making you so upset?
I mean, it's just I don't know. It was literally after our date.
So the timing of it.
Yeah, it's the timing of it. And so then it just seems like he's not serious. I'm looking for someone serious. If he wants eye candy, go get the eye candy. I mean, I believe I'm a beautiful woman and I deserve someone whose attention is on me and not on bikini models that he may never ever meet.
She wants to be your eye candy, Caleb.
McKenna, you are my eye candy. These girls on Instagram, it's all fake anyway. It doesn't add up to anything. It's a pipe dream. You're the real deal.
That mean that it doesn't make sense that you would do that immediately after our date. Why would you do that?
I mean,
we had a great time. It just ruined my perception of you. If that is what is more important to you, is this eye candy girl. It wasn't just one. It was it felt like a million to the 15.
Well, I followed some girls, but you followed Chris Hemsworth right after our date.
How do you know that?
So you looked at my account. Is that what you're saying? After you're giving me crap about looking at your account?
So you brought this up. Yeah, I looked at your account. It didn't actually bother me. Apparently you have the issue.
But you're throwing it back in my face. Something that you said that was wrong for me to do, you were throwing it back in my face.
It's kind of cute, guys. You're stalking each other.
It's like you guys have been together for a while. McKenna, would you like another date with Caleb? We'll pay for it.
No, I don't think so. I mean, if that's his go-to right after a date, I don't need to be worrying about if he's looking at other girls. That's what I don't want to be worrying about. And if that's his immediate reaction after our first date, then I don't want that kind of energy.
So he made you feel insecure right away.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty secure, but if that's what your go-to is after our date, that's not the energy that I want.
I, for one, don't need my social interactions micromanaged, and it does sound like an insecurity issue to me, which shouldn't exist, but that's what it sounds like.
Well, good luck to you with those bikini model girls.
Yeah, McKenna, thank you, and good luck with Chris Hemsworth.
I really think you guys should go on another date.
If you're just joining us for today's first date follow-up, Jessica is on the phone and she's getting ghosted by a dude named Chase, and we're about to call him and see if we can figure out why he's ghosting her. But first, Jessica, why don't you refresh everybody's memory about your date with Chase?
Yeah, so I bumped into Chase at the club. We had a very immediate romantic connection. We hung out at the bar for a little bit before going back to his place. We were both pretty drunk, and then I stayed over. We did things, and then we spent the early hours of the morning talking, and then we had a great connection. I left, I texted him, and I haven't heard back from him in a week.
Okay. Well, we're going to call him right now and see if he'll tell us, and then maybe get you another date. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, here we go.
Hello?
Hi, may I speak to Chase, please?
Yeah, this is Chase.
Chase, how are you, man? My name is Jubal, and this is a radio show called The Jubal Show.
Hi, Chase. I'm Nina, also on the Jubal Show.
Hi, I'm Victoria.
What's up, guys? How are you?
Good. Have you heard of the show before?
In passing, I was out once and someone was talking about you guys' show. I had never listened to it, but I've heard of you guys. Yeah.
Okay.
That's good.
Sweet. Well, we do a segment on the show. It's called the First Date Follow-Up. What that is if you go out on a date with somebody and then you end up ghosting them, that person can email us to get you on the phone and ask why you're ghosting them.
Okay. All right.
And we got an email about you from somebody named Jessica.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I know her.
Okay. And Jessica told us a little bit about your date and said that you haven't gotten back to her and she's curious if she did something wrong or why you're ghosting her.
This is funny. I'm flattered by this entire thing, to be honest with you. I didn't think she would go to do this on the radio. But, here we are. So I didn't call her back because it just seemed like, she just seemed too much of a party girl for me.
Oh, okay.
I'm someone who doesn't really go out much. And when we had met, that was really the first time I'd gone out and did anything in about a month or so. And look, Jessica is great. She's gorgeous. It definitely felt like I was in some sort of romantic comedy situation, like a movie.
Yeah.
She bumped into me and like, oh, look who it is type thing. And it's like a Matthew McConaughey movie or something.
She fell and you picked her up and then the music stopped and...
Yeah, she fell into my arms and she was falling and I grabbed her arm and was able to kind of catch her from hitting the floor. But, her defense, she was drunk. I think to say she was trash was pretty fair. But she seemed like it was an everyday situation as far as that, and I'm not judging her at all. We've all kind of been through these situations at clubs, and I get it. But I'm usually not that fun. I think I came off as like a super fun guy, and I'm pretty boring and low-key. We did go back to my place. I was kind of barely hanging on there. We had a few drinks, obviously. She, on the other hand, incredible energy. Like, wow, she was really hanging onto my arm, just kind of being all over me, which I kind of liked. Obviously, we kind of, did some things. I didn't text her back. Dang it, I feel bad, now that I'm saying it out loud, to be honest with you.
So you're quite literally ignoring the signs from the universe to talk to Jessica, who fell into your lap, is what it sounds like to me. Because you feel like you can't keep up with her?
She's got incredible energy, and I'm sort of an introvert, and I was having a few drinks that night, so, I was very eased and just kind of feeling myself a little bit. I'm not that guy, usually. Okay. And I don't go out much, and the drinks are flowing, and then she kind of comes into the world, and we just had a good night that night. And
so that's all you know about her, right?
Yeah, pretty much. We didn't get too deep in the conversation.
In your head, you just picture someone who's just bouncing around and always on the go and has to be out places and doesn't ever want to be home. Like, what do you... I don't know why you think that wouldn't work.
I just think that she's someone who kind of bounces around, goes out a lot, parties, probably has a high-end job, probably goes out 4 or 5 times a week, probably drinks a lot, which is totally cool, and I understand that probably goes to a ton of concerts and raves and whatever. I'm just not that guy.
Okay.
All right, cool.
You're making assumptions, but
Yeah.
I mean, you might as well ask her yourself.
Good point. Chase, you can ask her yourself because she's actually on the phone and has been listening this whole time and wants to talk to you.
Hi.
Oh, boy.
Dude,
Hey, Jess.
you are not going to believe this. I am literally a librarian.
What?
What?
I swear, I never go out. I never go out at all.
No, look, I understand. Jess, there's no way you're a librarian. I don't think those are even exist anymore. I appreciate what you're doing, of course. But, it's just,
No,
I'm super low key, so it's just, no, I understand it. You don't have to lie about it.
you still exist. I'm literally a librarian. I'm not kidding.
Time out. So you actually, I'm just genuinely curious, you actually work at a library and a librarian?
That's what it is.
Yes. I went to school for this. I am not making this up. This is my job.
I've never met a librarian before.
You guys didn't hang out at libraries?
Well, I mean, yeah, when you're in the library, but like in like outside of their natural habitat.
Oh, okay.
That's cool, Jessica.
Yeah, thanks.
Yes, I guess, because usually librarians are boring and introverted too, so what are you doing? How do we meet at a club? Like, how did that even happen?
Well, I honestly never go out at all, but my friend kind of like coaxed me into it that night, and so I just decided to take. I just happened to be out that night. That's like not even my lifestyle either.
Oh, that's why when we first talked to you, Jessica, you said that you used to go to stuff like that all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. In high school.
So the universe quite literally had you fall into his arms. I feel like I can't let you guys walk away from this.
Yeah, I was just really into him, and I feel like we were both just letting go. We both happened to be there that night.
Honestly, I feel like a moron, Jess. I'm so sorry. I apologize. I feel like an idiot literally judging a book by its cover here, and that sounds so stupid. But
Wow.
I totally was jumping the gun and had no idea. And I'm obviously, frankly, I'm just jealous of how much energy you have, that night and the next morning and seemingly the tolerance of a 20-year-old. So never in a million years would I think you're a librarian, to be truthful.
Chase, would you like to go out on another date with Jessica? We'll pay for it.
Hell yeah. I definitely need to make it up to her for sure, Jess. I feel like an idiot, and to take you out on an actual low-key night, I'm down. I think that'd be great.
The chapter to the
We're in the middle of your first date follow-up, and if you're just joining us, Alyssa is on the phone, and she's getting ghosted by a dude named Bryce. So we're about to call him and see if he'll tell us why he's ghosting her and maybe get her another date. But before we do that, Alyssa, why don't you catch us up on your situation real quick?
Okay, so perfect date, met on Instagram initially. When we met in person, it was like over the top, like chemistry, super amazing. Making out by the end of the date, and then just like nothing for 2 weeks. So I'm like almost concerned at this point because there was no indication of anything that went wrong, and it was almost too perfect.
Okay.
So I'm like, what is going on?
Are you ready for us to call him?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Hello?
Hi, may I speak to Bryce, please?
Yeah, this is Bryce.
Bryce, how you doing, man? My name is Jubal, and I'm calling from a radio show. It's called The Jubal Show.
Yeah, Bryce, whole show's here. My name's Nina.
Hi, and I'm Victoria.
How are you?
Hi. Okay.
Have you ever listened to the show before?
I'm sorry, no, I haven't.
Okay. Well,
okay.
I do apologize for it. Just try to do better in the future. Well, we do a segment on our show called the First Date Follow-Up. What that is if you go out on a date with someone and you end up ghosting them, that person can email us to get you on the phone and ask why you're ghosting.
Oh, okay.
So you're ghosting somebody and they emailed us. Do you have any idea who that would be?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Who do you think it is?
I think it's probably Alyssa.
You are probably correct. Alyssa emailed us and told us about your date, and she's confused. So, would you mind telling us why you're ghosting her?
Okay. No, it was a great day. I didn't expect it to be that great, actually. And she was kind of amazing. And we really hit it off. We got along. We connected on, a lot of important things like that are in our life. I mean, obviously our dogs. I'm sure she probably told you about that. Mm-hmm. Being a Frenchy dog owner, is kind of the whole thing. And no, it was great. It was a lot. It was kind of I just had this moment afterwards of thinking oh, this isn't gonna, I don't know how casual this is really gonna be. It didn't felt like this is just gonna jump a lot of steps, and I don't know if I'm ready for that. I just moved here not that long ago, and I started with a new company, and so a lot of my time is focused on that. When we went out, it kind of was one of my first free nights in a long time, and I don't know if I really have the space in my life right now for a serious relationship, which I think is probably where this is going to go, and I don't want to, string it out longer and, us get a lot more emotions involved and then, just have to, break it off or disappoint her, because then I'm not available or, all kinds of things.
But does it feel like you just skipped a lot of steps, thinking about the future before you even go on a second date? I mean, I understand, I guess I kind of get fear. I think there's always fear involved when you date somebody new. But how do you know that you're going to disappoint her? You know what I mean? Unless you're planning on it.
Okay, no, I'm not planning on it, but she's just really great, and
That's
I already
great.
tell that, and I don't want to, and I just came into town. I don't want to get a bad reputation already, and have an enemy all around,
Why? Because you think you're going to date other girls, or it's just you don't have time for her?
I'm just worried. Yeah, I'm worried that, I'm going to end up not actually having time for her, and she's, I'm going to make it seem like we can get invested, and then it's, it's not really, I don't really have that availability.
Yeah, I don't really know what to say.
That's it? You're just worried that you're going to fall in love too quickly?
I mean, I think that's pretty cool when you meet somebody special.
I mean, yeah, but it's I just got here, and it's is this really happening? It is scary, and maybe I am overthinking it,
I kind of almost want to ask, are you sure you don't just, want to be single for a little bit? It kind of sounds like you moved to a new city, you just want to play the field, hang out.
I mean, there's a bit of that, but I'm also, at an age where it's I would like some stability. I would like somebody to kind of share my life with. But, yeah, no, I did just get here, so it's am I already making that step, with somebody when I just got here? So...
Well, thank you for being honest with us. I appreciate that. And now I'll let you know that Alyssa's actually been listening to this conversation. She's on the phone and wants to talk to you.
Oh my gosh. Hi.
Hi.
Hey. Sorry, I'm not trying to make it weird. Maybe too late. But thanks for answering that question. I was definitely curious, what happened. Because I thought, I was okay, this is too perfect, and it's definitely not me. Sorry, no offense. I was just okay, just because we had so much fun and there was so much chemistry and I had no idea that you were going through so much on your own. But we can take things slow. It doesn't have to be this runaway train that you're not rushing to the altar tomorrow. I mean, I would.
I love
if you want to go to Vegas, I'm down. But I also, don't necessarily want to get married by Elvis. So, but we can chill, I'm totally down to hang out more and, just kind of get to know each other better while you're still kind of learning the ropes of, a new place, and it can be a lot all at once, but it's more fun if you're hanging out with someone that you like.
Right? I mean, yeah.
Maybe.
Listen, if you can understand and want to take it slow, because I mean that date was we got pretty fast, but I mean, yeah, if we can just take it slow, I think for you, I think I can give it a try.
Bryce, will you go on another date with Alyssa? We'll pay for it.
Oh, well, yeah, I'm gonna pay for it, absolutely.
All right, congratulations.
Wow. We're the winners of a second date. It's my dream come true for today.
Jubal's first date follow-up.
We're in the middle of today's first date follow-up, and if you're just joining us, Michelle is on the phone, and she's getting ghosted by a guy named Steven. So we're about to call him and see if he'll tell us why he's ghosting her and maybe get her another date if she still wants one. But before we do that, why don't you refresh everybody's memory on your date?
So Steve and I went on a date about 2 weeks ago. We went on a picnic. We went for a hike. It was lovely, and I had a great time. But at one point, I mentioned that I read fairy smut books, and his kind of changed. So I'm trying to figure out what the problem is. He hasn't reached out to me in a half.
Well, are you ready to see if it was the fairy smut that ruined your date?
I'm ready. I'm nervous.
All right, here we go. I'm going to call him right now.
Hello?
Hi, may I speak to Steven, please?
This is Steven.
Steven, how are you, man? My name is Welcome to the radio show. It's called The Jubal Show.
Hi, Steven. I'm Nina, also on the show.
Hi, I'm Victoria.
Oh, what? Okay. What?
Have you ever listened to the show before?
What's up?
We do a thing on the show. It's called the first date follow-up. What that is, if you go out on a date with somebody and then you ghost them, that person can email us to call you and ask why you're ghosting them. So we got an email about you.
Oh, you did.
And it's from somebody named Michelle.
Okay.
And Michelle told us a little bit about your date. She said she really liked you, and she's wondering why you're ghosting her. Can you tell us?
Oh, I mean, I like Michelle. She's a really nice girl. I got nothing bad to say about her. I don't know what to say. She's pretty cool.
Well, then how come you didn't respond when she reached out to you 3 times?
I don't know. She's like really she's like very physically fit and like she looks beautiful. And like that's not like a knock on anybody, but she likes to like hike and stuff and like I'm just kind of not into all that.
You're not into the hiking and stuff?
Yeah, I mean, it's not like I don't enjoy like a walk, but like it seems like she's somebody that like really gets down on like, you know, she does yoga and we went on this hike that like it was hot and I'm like a gamer by heart, dude. Like it wasn't necessarily her. I just figured like if that's the type of date that she's gonna want to go on like over and over, like I'm really. Like, I'm not lazy, but I'm just, like, that's not my idea of a good time.
Oh, okay. She thought it might be because she's into those adult fairy smut books.
Oh. No, that was not the reason at all. No, not at all. Actually, like, I thought that was actually kind of cute. Like, I'm, like I said, like, I'm a gamer. Like, I
was going to say, yeah, if you're a gamer, that's probably hot to you.
Yeah, same idea.
No, I mean, like, I'm not, like, you know, like, creepy or whatever. I don't find it weird. Like, there's gamer stuff that I kind of like. That I thought was pretty, like, I thought that was cool. I just don't like to freaking... I just didn't want to keep walking around all day.
All right. Well, thanks for being honest with me, man. I appreciate that. Now I'll let you know that Michelle is on the phone and she's been listening and wants to talk to you.
No.
Hi.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, Michelle?
Why were you so down to go for a hike? I would have been fine with not doing that.
I don't know. I just thought I was just trying to be like easy, but then I realized like how much like you talked a lot about how you're so like physically active and stuff, and I just felt like I don't want to do that all day every day.
So you didn't mind the fairy smut at all?
No, dude. Actually, like I think I would like to hear more about that.
Okay, great.
Wow.
Well, if you want to go
Indoors, maybe.
yeah, no, we don't have to even like get up off the couch.
Yeah, I mean, no, it's totally cool, but I mean, like, if you really like hiking, like, what's gonna happen, like, you know, a couple weeks, months from now, like, if I just, like, I really am not, it's not something I enjoy at all. Like, is that gonna be a problem?
I mean, I can probably, like, keep it to myself somewhat, but how inactive are you really? I mean, do you leave the house?
I mean, like, I'm like, my friends joke with me and they say that I'm accidentally fit. You know, I'm not inactive. I just, like, I'd prefer to be, like, you know, like, playing games. Like, I eat good and I do stuff, but I don't like to just, like, set out on a adventure into nowhere to hike. That's not what I like to do.
Okay, well, we might have to get you a Wii Fit or something. Like, we might have to find some compromise here.
That seems fair.
Well, okay. Then, Steven, would you like another date with Michelle? We'll pay for it. We're not going to pay for a Wii Fit, but we'll pay for it. The date.
Yeah, no, I'm totally down. Just as long as, you know, maybe we could Uber there and not go, like, up and down the mountain.
Well, congratulations, Michelle. You got another date.
Yay!
Yay! Okay, I'm down to take a car there, and I do have some smut recommendations for you when you're ready.
Whoa! You play your cards right, she'll read you a bedtime story.
If you're just joining us for today's first date follow-up, Charlotte is on the phone, and she's getting ghosted by a guy named Henry. So in a second, we're going to call him and see if he'll tell us why he's ghosting her. But before we do that, Charlotte, why don't you refresh our memory on your date with Henry?
Yeah, so Henry and I have been friends for a while, for a few years, and we definitely texted regularly over time, and we finally took it to the next level and went on a date, but it was kind of a whole day of stuff, a hike and brunch and the show, but I haven't heard from him since then, and it's been over 2 weeks, and that's weird because we usually do text during the week, so I don't know if something happened, but I'm feeling nervous about it, and I just want to find out what's going on.
You can't think of a reason why he'd be ghosting you?
No, I mean, like I said, I was a little bit late for the concert, but I even asked him if he said it was an issue, and he said no, he wasn't annoyed about it, so that's kind of the only thing I can think of, really.
Well, you ready for us to call him?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay, here we go.
Hello?
Hi, may I speak to Henry, please?
Yeah, this is he. Who's this?
Henry, how are you? My name is Jubal. I'm calling from a radio show. It's called The Jubal Show.
Hi, Henry. I'm Nina, also on the show.
Hi, and I'm Victoria.
How are you?
What's up, guys? I'm good.
Do you listen to the show at all?
Not really.
No worries. We're calling you because somebody you know does listen to the show, and they email us about you.
Okay.
We do a segment called the First Date Follow-Up. That's where if you go out on a date with somebody and you end up ghosting them, that person can email us to ask you why you're ghosting them.
Really? Okay. I have no idea who you're talking about.
Have you gone on any dates recently?
Kind of personal, but yes. Was it Kelly, by chance?
No, it's not Kelly.
Okay. Donna?
No. Want to keep trying or want me to tell you?
Anybody else?
No, I mean, that's really kind of it. I honestly don't know. Yeah, please tell me.
You didn't go to brunch or like a show with somebody?
Okay, yeah, but you mean Charlotte?
Yes, Charlotte emailed us, but she wants to know why you're ghosting.
Okay, I don't think I'm ghosting. I had no idea that was even a date. Like, what? Because we're friends. I've known her for years. That was not a date, was it?
According to her, it was.
She thought you were able to tell that she has had a crush on you for a long time.
Wow, no. I thought we were just doing like a friend to hang thing all day, to be honest. Like, and we spent the day, which was super fun. It was fine. I had no idea she was interested in me, though.
Does that change things for you?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, she's definitely cute. I never thought of her like that. Like, you know what I mean? We never really went that way. You know, we had sort of like boundaries, like friendship boundaries, and And like I said, we hung out that day. It was totally fine. I just thought it was just a friendly hang. I didn't know she had more. There's like feelings. This is like crazy.
Okay.
She reached out to you, though, after you guys hung out that day and you didn't respond to her.
Yeah, like most do. I mean, I caught up at work, or like when friends text, you don't get back to them right away. I didn't think anything of it.
Okay.
Okay. Well, she definitely thought it was a date. And Henry, she's on the phone right now and wants to talk to you.
Oh my God.
What's
Okay.
up?
Wow.
Hey. Okay, this has been very much a roller coaster. I'm like kind of embarrassed, honestly, but also, Henry, like, really? You really didn't know? You really couldn't tell?
I really couldn't tell. No.
Such
It's
a
like,
dude
it's not
thing.
like it was super obvious. We didn't kiss or anything, so there was no.
I know you didn't kiss me, but we were flirting, no? Oh my gosh. Honestly, like, I thought it's been so obvious recently that there was no way that you would have ever not thought that was a date. Like, we haven't hung out that much. Like, I mean, like, it sounds like, do you want him? Should it be a date? Should we? I mean, what do you think? You don't have to tell me right now. Oh my gosh, you don't have to tell me right now. I had fun, and I don't know.
Well, I mean.
Oh my gosh, tell me something. I'm so nervous.
No, I know, this is crazy. This is totally crazy. I mean, I mean, if you want to go out like a real date, like make it official like a date, yes. Hell yeah, I'm into it.
You are? I mean, do you want to? Not just me, do you want to?
I do want to, yeah, and I feel like an idiot for like not even realizing this. I'm like super stoked that like, because I always thought you were super cute too, but like I never wanted to cross that friendship line. And
oh my gosh.
Yeah, of course. Because once you cross that friendship line and someone's not into you, then you look like an idiot, and now you're embarrassed and the friendship is wrecked.
You have to call a radio station to call him.
I'm so glad this is so cute, though.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
this is crazy. Yeah, so yeah,
Wow.
yes, I'm super excited. Yes. Like, I'm in. Totally.
Okay. Well, I didn't even need to ask, but I have to because that's what happens in the segment. So, Henry, would you like to go on another date with Charlotte? We'll pay for it.
Hell yeah, yes, of course.
Well, congratulations, Charlotte. You got another date.
Wow. Thank you. This is amazing. And maybe I'll need a copy of this in the future, so I might ask you for it.
To play at your wedding. Okay, but not to put pressure on it. Just a little advice. Right when you guys get together for that next date, just kiss right away. Because it'll take away all the anticipation and all the awkwardness. Just do it right away. I mean, it just breaks the
Get out of the
tension.
way, you know, yeah.
Jubal's first date follow-up.
Jackson is on the phone, and Jackson is getting ghosted by Cameron, so we're about to call her and see if she'll tell us why she's ghosting him and maybe get him another date if he still wants one. Before we call her, though, Jackson, why don't you catch us up on your situation?
Basically, I went on a date with this girl named Cameron, and it started out as coffee, but then we ended up getting breakfast, and then it turned into taking a walk, and then it actually ended with a nice kiss. This all happened like on the first date, and it went really well, in my opinion.
And you haven't heard anything from her since?
No.
And you think it could be because you talked about your ex?
Possibly, yes.
All right. You ready for us to call her?
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
Hello?
Hi, may I speak to Cameron, please?
This is Cameron.
Hey, Cameron, how are you? My name is Jubal. I'm calling from a radio show. It's called The Jubal Show.
Hi, Cameron. I'm Nina.
Hi, and I'm Victoria.
Oh my god. What's up, guys?
What's up? Oh, sweet. Sounds like you...
Something.
Maybe. I'm not sure yet. It sounds like you at least listen to the show, though.
So thank you.
Yeah, I love it. What's up? Oh my god, I'm so excited.
What's up is that we got an email about you from somebody because you're ghosting them.
What?
This is a first date follow-up, you know, the segment that we do. That
Oh my god.
if you ghost somebody, they can email us and ask why you're ignoring them.
Yes, I've heard it before.
Okay, well, who do you think
Oh my god.
would email us?
Oh my god, no way. Jackson?
Yes, it is Jackson.
Oh my god.
He really liked your date and is confused why you're ghosting him.
God. Oh my god, I'm so embarrassed right now.
Are you ghosting him?
No, I wouldn't even call it ghosting him. Oh my god.
You're not ghosting him?
I wasn't really ghosting him, but I mean, after this, I might. Oh my God.
Don't let this influence that.
Well, why aren't you talking to him then?
Oh my God, I'm so overwhelmed. Okay. I'm not really ghosting him. I mean, we went on a date one day, a couple of days ago, 3 days ago.
Okay.
I don't know. Oh my God, I'm just so I just don't believe it. Okay. Honestly, he was really cute. We went for coffee, and we were hitting it off pretty great. We had breakfast. I just felt like he got very clingy, and before by the afternoon, and he was already telling me he loved me.
Oh.
On the first date?
On the first date. It was a long morning, but still, it was just we were at the park. It was just too much in one day, I think. And that was probably the reason why I haven't called him, because I didn't say I love you back.
Well, you said I love you?
Yeah, was it I love you, or I love this, or I love talking to you? Was it really I love you?
Listen, it was just supposed to be coffee, and we started really being very charismatic and very charming, and then all of a sudden, I don't know, he was just very flattering, and oh, you're beautiful, and then I love your hair turned into I've heard I love you, and I don't want to sound conceited, but it really was too much, super clingy.
Well, on a first date to say I love you.
That's kind of scary.
Yeah.
Oh no! Oh my God, Jackson, I'm so sorry, dude. You did say that.
Oh, that's right. You know the first date follow-ups. Yes, Jackson is on the phone listening and wants to talk to you.
Hi, Cameron. I didn't say I love you.
Yes, you did.
No, I was saying I love your shoes. I was complimenting you on your shoes.
No, we were walking, and you literally looked into my eyes, and you were like, I think I love you, or something like that. You literally said that. It had nothing to do with my shoes.
No. I was complimenting you on your shoes and your looks. I was just talking about the things that I love about you, and I thought because things were going so well. I mean, I didn't think I was, I didn't mean for it to sound like that, but I wasn't saying I love you,
Yeah, and that right there is just weird. Why do you love my shoes and my outfit? It was just the things you love about me. How can you love anything about me? You don't even know me. You don't know me.
Okay, well, the thing is, I thought we were having a really good time throughout the day, and just adding more things to do, and it was going on, and I was really enjoying that. And I loved all the things about you, your personality and how you're easy to talk to, and I can understand why you might think that would lead to me saying I love you, but I didn't specifically say I love you. I didn't say that, but I was loving.
Oh my God! Just stop saying that. Just stop saying it, please. It's really creeping me out. Just you said it 17 times.
Okay, I'm sorry. I won't say that then. Next time I'll say it. I'll mean it. But
do you see what you're doing? You're making me uncomfortable. Stop saying I love you. This is probably why your ex left you.
Oh. Okay, why are you bringing my ex into this? Please don't do that, okay? I was not saying I love you, okay?
I think sometimes people react to the word love differently. For some people it's a scary word, for others it's a comforting word. So maybe this is kind of where you guys are on different pages. And some people can say it freely, some people can't.
Cameron, would you like to go on another date with Jackson? We'll pay for it.
I mean, I would say I love you if I knew him, but I don't know him. That's not fair. And vice versa. I mean, again, I don't think I want to go on a date with someone who's going to fall in love with me so quickly.
I was just saying I love your shoes, and I love your personality as well. I wasn't saying I love you like that in the way that you're saying. I'll tell you what, if you agree to a second date, then I promise I won't use that word. Ever.
God. But you see what I mean? You sound so clingy. Just I don't know.
I mean, it's also kind of nice. He just really likes you.
He likes you, though.
Okay, well, I don't know, maybe. What do you guys think?
I think you should give it another shot.
Yeah, he is kind of nice. Okay, let's
We
do
really
that.
appreciate that.
Well, there you go, Jackson.
Yay.
You got a second date.
Jackson, scream out, I love it.
Good luck, you guys. Love you both.
Good luck.
Jubal's first date follow-up.
Right in the middle of your first date follow-up, if you're just joining us, Trey is on the phone. He's getting ghosted by Aaron, so we're going to see if we can figure it out and call her in a second and find out why he's getting ghosted and maybe get him another date. But before we do that, Trey, why don't you refresh everybody's memory on your date with Aaron?
Well, I met Aaron out at a club. Seemed like we had some sparks, maybe a little connection, so we decided to exchange numbers and meet up for dinner. We met up for dinner, and we had a fantastic, amazing conversation until she went up to go to the bathroom, and she came back out of the bathroom like a different girl. So after that, it was just kind of, the energy was totally gone. The whole evening deflated, and I don't know what happened. And I've tried reaching out to her a couple times, but haven't really heard much back from her.
Okay. Ready to call her?
Yeah, man.
All right.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Hello,
May I speak to Aaron, please?
this is Erin.
Hey, Aaron, how are you? My name is Jubal, and I host a radio show. It's called The Jubal Show.
My name is Nina.
Hi, my name's Victoria.
Hi, Aaron.
How are you?
Hi, I'm fine, thanks. What's going on?
We do a segment on the show called The First Date Follow-Up. That's where if you go on a date and ghost somebody, they can email us to get you on the phone and ask why they're getting ghosted. And you are currently ghosting somebody.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Well, I mean, you would know for sure.
Yeah.
Are you ghosting somebody?
Is this about Trey?
Yes, it is about Trey. Trey emailed us and he said he really liked your date, but now you're not calling him back and doesn't know why.
He went to a radio station to find out why I'm not texting him back.
I mean,
are you serious?
Can you really blame him, Aaron? I mean, it's the worst when you don't know why somebody's not calling you back, you know?
No. I totally agree. I can't believe he went to all this trouble. Oh my gosh, I feel so guilty, guys.
Well, he really likes you.
Yeah.
I really liked him too. I really like him. I really like him. The date was great. We have so much in common. Gosh, he's really, really good looking. So just to get that out of the way. It's like nothing to do with him. You can tell he's one of those guys who's like really raised to like treat women right. I loved our date.
Why aren't you talking to him?
No, this is so embarrassing. So I didn't tell Trey ahead of time, but I suffer from these really severe chronic migraines. And they come on really, really fast. And so one came on while we were on our date, and I was like, I felt miserable. I could barely keep my eyes open. And so I like escaped to the bathroom, and I was in there for like 20 minutes. Like I was like, this guy's gonna think I'm like nuts or doing drugs or something. And so I like was trying really, really hard to keep together and to like not say anything, but I was so dizzy and nauseous that like I threw up while I was in there. I just felt terrible.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, those are rough, Aaron. Wouldn't he understand that?
I probably should have just said something. Like, he was being so sweet though that I didn't want to like ruin it by being like, well, I have this like massive issue and it's gonna get in the way of us being able to have a conversation. It's like, I've had a lot of really nice nights and like awesome times in the past, but these have just ruined. I was so embarrassed because like he was really nice about it. He seemed like he like took the hint that I wasn't doing great, and he like asked if I was okay. But it was just a weird situation for a first date, you know. I just felt like I ruined the night, you know, and I like didn't want to have to deal with the fallout from that and hear him say that I ruined it.
Thank you for being honest with us, Aaron. Trey is actually on the phone right now listening and wants to talk to you, by the way. I should have told you that.
Oh my gosh. Seriously?
Yes.
Yeah, oh my God. I'm surprised that you just didn't feel like you could tell me that. I know we were just having a first date, but like, I don't know. That's kind of like a little red flag for me that you just didn't even want to just mention that you were going through that.
You think that's a red flag? Like, why is that a red flag?
I mean, just be upfront about it. Just come forward with it. Just be honest. Hey, look, oh my God, I'm feeling faint. I'm feeling my head's going to explode. I feel sick. Something. Just let me know that you're not just like off shooting up somewhere.
Ow. I mean, I'm sorry I didn't want to lay something super vulnerable and like a little gross out on a first date.
Yeah. On the other hand, I do appreciate that we didn't get that kiss. So so thank you for saving me from that one.
What? Wait.
I mean, yeah, if you're sick or you're not feeling well, or you give me COVID or something like that, then thank goodness.
Wait.
I don't think that's what from the migraine was from, though.
Do you know what migraines are? Aaron, why don't you just explain?
Dormo, también incluye Brujas, Atlético, la 2. Ese partido me lo tengo que ver yo.
Explain for everybody who's not fully aware of what migraines are.
Yeah, it's nothing to do with like being sick or having a cold. It's just like a headache that's so bad that like I can't deal with light and I get super nauseous. And yeah, like I.
Can you lower your volume, please?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
Your echo's really loud.
Yeah, because I kind of changed my settings.
Again.
Right in the middle of your first date follow-up. If you're just joining us,
it's worse than
Trey is on
before.
the phone. He's getting ghosted by Aaron, so we're going to see if we can figure it out and call her in a